45 now. By the time this clip will be live, I'm 46. But it's, I have to reinvent. I have to learn to speak again. I have to learn to formulate thoughts, to understand that you, the audience, are one click away. You don't care that I speak for 20 minutes ranting lots of random examples.
Yeah. It's to get to the point, and I think also it is to always just get the shortest version of it and the most efficient version, and the more you rehearse it in your head, the more you're going to have something to get out.
And tell me, so if somebody was interested in this, first of all, who are the right people who should be thinking about the world of YouTube, the online, the blogging space? Yeah. Because everybody wants to be famous. But who, in your view, should really pursue this?
I think it's anybody who has a passion to really do it, because you have to, as you say, there's a lot that you have to learn, but there's also a lot in the background. You have to post it and have the right title and have the right blurb and promote it online and use social media and be fully engaged with the process. And I think there are people who are good speakers and have good content, but they don't necessarily want to engage in that part of it. It's like getting their hands dirty, whereas unfortunately, it's so personal and so very, very direct, this world, that's what it requires. It really requires you to get in, boots and all.
And how do you come here? What can people expect when they attend a course like this?
Mostly, we'd like to just start by looking at people's content and what they're saying. I'm going to use an example like this. I think if you look at a storytelling and you say that two people are in a room in a kitchen, say, and they are going to have an argument, and the scene has to end with somebody picking up a knife and wiping the other person out, injuring them.
Yeah.
It can't escalate to that if it weren't introduced as a knife in the early part of the kitchen scene, right? So you have to tell, like storytelling, you can't get there if you didn't start there. So there's some things that you have to say before you can say other things in order for people to make the natural connections themselves and the learning.
Natural connection and hook them in.
And hook them in, of course. There's got to be, again, looking at drama and that kind of stuff, you have to have empathy. You have to build empathy with a character. You have to build likability. You have to build emotion. There's a lot of stuff happening in the background, so there are a lot of balls in the air.
And I can tell you from personal experience, having run many businesses and started, that the skills that I've learned here are so applicable in your everyday life. Writing emails. How often do we just keep going on, rambling
structure.
On? The structure, knowing why you're doing it. What are you going to talk about? For example, one of my biggest surprises during this was you don't need to speak for 20 minutes. 1 minute clip.
Could say it all if it's well positioned.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or you're doing a workshop, you've got a sequence of things, break it down into 5 2-minute clips so that the person who is specifically interested in that topic doesn't have to listen to us rambling.
Exactly. And are we rambling now? You did that very well, by the way.
I ramble. So Nico, and what is the pricing? How does the process work? Do you need to prepare a lot to come here?
I think generally it's good if somebody obviously has some material already, and in most cases it's going to be to work with a volume of work and then cut it down to work for online purposes. But people have different reasons. Some people want to do an online learning management system. Some people want to do promotion or awareness for their brand. Some people want to communicate an actual sale or sell a product or introduce a new product. So it really depends on the kind of product that people have.
And I just want to say on that, I chair a number of funds for entrepreneurs, and one of the biggest skills that entrepreneurs, especially including myself, don't invest in is the ability to communicate what we do, what we're working on, looking for our value proposition, our investment pitch. So this kind of training for me opened a whole new door to say, on your LinkedIn, for example, you can add a file, a video clip, which says about me, 1 minute overview. And imagine how powerful, properly shot, clearly articulated, you capture the essence and make it easy for people to understand when to call you.
Absolutely, particularly on the social media at the moment. Any kind of video has very high ranking, and they push that first, so that when you post a clip with video, it automatically gets a lot of response because they push it to the top of the line.
It's an incredible new world opening out there. It's a scary world in a way. I've seen clips out there that I don't know how come they got 2 million views. But this is the world we live in, and you can either stay in the house while the tide goes up and one day drown, or you can jump on the
Jump
boat,
in and
as
swim.
wobbly as it looks, and embrace this exciting new world. Nico, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here.